The Chernobyl disaster was a nuclear accident that occurred on April 26, 1986 at the No. 4 reactor in the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant, near the city of Pripyat in the north of the Ukrainian SSR in the Soviet Union. The accident occurred during a test of the cooling systems at the plant, which resulted in a power surge and a subsequent explosion and fire that released a large amount of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The explosion and fire killed 2 plant workers, and a further 28 firefighters and plant workers died from acute radiation sickness in the following weeks. The explosion and subsequent fire at the plant caused the release of a large amount of radioactive material into the atmosphere, which was carried by the wind and spread over large areas of the Soviet Union and Europe. The accident caused widespread contamination of the environment, including large areas of Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia, and resulted in the displacement of over 300,000 people. The primary health effects of the Chernobyl disaster were caused by exposure to ionizing radiation, which can damage living tissue and increase the risk of cancer and other diseases. The most immediate effects were seen in the workers and firefighters who were involved in the initial response to the accident and were exposed to high levels of radiation. Many of these individuals developed acute radiation sickness, which can cause symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and a drop in blood cell counts. 28 of these workers died in the following weeks from acute radiation sickness. Over time, the population affected by the disaster has also developed an increased risk of certain cancers, such as thyroid cancer and leukemia. Studies have also shown an increase in other health problems, such as respiratory, cardiovascular, and neurological diseases, as well as psychological effects and mental health problems, particularly in the affected communities. In terms of changes, the accident had a significant impact on the Soviet Union and the international community, leading to changes in safety regulations and increased scrutiny of nuclear power plants around the world. The accident led to the implementation of new safety measures and regulations for nuclear power plants, including improvements in emergency preparedness, radiation monitoring, and the management of radioactive waste. The accident also led to an increased awareness of the potential risks associated with nuclear power and increased public opposition to the construction of new nuclear power plants. The accident also had a significant impact on the Soviet Union's political and economic system, and contributed to the eventual collapse of the Soviet Union. The Soviet government initially tried to cover up the extent of the disaster, but the accident became a significant embarrassment for the Soviet Union and contributed to a loss of public trust in the government. The accident had a significant impact on the environment, with large areas of land contaminated by radioactive material, and the resulting health and economic impacts are still being felt today. The Chernobyl disaster is considered the worst nuclear power plant accident in history and is one of only 2 classified as a Level 7 event on the International Nuclear Event Scale, the other being the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster in 2011. If you have any questions about this accident, we are here to answer you. Just comment below. Do like and subscribe our channel for more interesting videos.